Good evening, Westwood, and welcome to the Canton Ice House round of 32. Wolverines about to hit the ice. And we have made it, folks. The MIAA Division II playoffs. Wolverines earning the 1 seed, getting the home game tonight, and we are excited to bring Westwood Media Center coverage your way as Jennifer Lynn hits the ice, and so do her teammates. We have Ryan Marsh, Michael Gay on camera, Morgan Donahue here, folks, and we are absolutely delighted to bring the round of 32 coverage of your Westwood Wolverines. 19-1 on the season, spectacular season, but they know that this is the real season that starts here. You can have a fantastic regular season, but you know what? It all matters in the playoffs, and any team can win come playoff time, Ryan. You got to get a big win here to really start some momentum. Great opportunity tonight with the Wolverines taking on Stoneham.
That's exactly right. That's what I mentioned to my daughter Riley on the way over here. You work all year. They had a fantastic year, earned that number 1 seed, but in the playoffs, it's win or go home. There's no seeds here. Everyone's coming for them. They got a big target on their back, so they keep playing like they've been playing, and we should see a nice little long run here in the playoffs.
There's a lot of similarities from last year. There's a lot of differences. Similarities, a lot of production out of the top line for the Wolverines. You know, the Ashes, the Presleys. You add Bridget Lewis into the mix. Fantastic season. Some of the differences, fantastic depth. The defense has been outstanding. Jennifer Lynn, 20 games on the season, 10 shutouts, absolutely remarkable.
You can't make that stuff up. That's a season to write home about. I mean, there's the depth, and then just having that steadiness and that solid defensive play all year right behind. They are a hard team to beat. Looking forward to this one.
So I got to ask you a question. As a father, as a hockey father to 2 daughters, very talented daughters, hockey players in Westwood, coinciding with the Women's Olympics winning the gold medal, you add Westwood Girls Hockey in the mix. Has it ever been a better time to be a girls hockey fan in the town of Westwood?
No, and it was something I think Natalie posted some sort of stat today on Instagram about 65.
Yes.
Female hockey is up, youth hockey 65% over the last 4 or 5 years or something. It's awesome to see. I said it 5-6 years ago when the girls went out there, just seeing all the pink helmets that learned to skate. Yeah. I was like, oh, this is going to be exciting. And you hear a lot around town, the depth, what's coming up through the charts of Westwood. So, you know, these girls are laying the foundation, and then there's a lot to come behind them. And the superstars, they're greeting them, giving them high fives as they come out. All the young girls are here to watch this as well.
No question about it. We've been at all the games, and seeing, for starters, the puck girls being on the ice with their heroes and taking warm-ups is such an incredible thing that Westwood added over the years. The other thing is, I've never seen, out of all the teams we've covered, more of the youth program in the crowd rooting on their heroes. They have relationships with them. They all know them by first name. They go sledding together.
It is awesome. And I hesitantly took the role of puck girl coordinator this year, but it was so easy because parents were knocking down our door. Once the first few groups did it, they're like, and these girls, they treated them so well. We say core memories a lot. It's a core memory for them. The Coach Lauren letting them in the locker room, letting them start the high fives, getting shots on Jen Lynn, who may or may not have let them score a couple times. It's the best.
And then going all the way down the other end and having a couple words with the other team, setting the tone. Yeah. They were absolutely tone setters when it came to games this season. And, Wolverines getting their first look right here for the 2026 playoffs. If you're head coach Lauren Lopez, what's your message to the team? How are you keeping them grounded in this first game, and what do you want to see out of them?
It's all just not getting ahead of yourself. You can't think about Medfield down the road. You can't think about last year. You can't think about the second round, the third round. You got to focus on game by game. And we saw them when we walked in. They were having a blast doing their warm-ups, dancing, jumping around. This team all year has been very light. They've been even in the intense moments, they're dancing at center ice. Yes. I think that's what makes them who they are. So if you're a coach, you say, just play your game. You guys have earned this, but, let's keep doing what we're doing.
Absolutely. And the Wolverines, part of their success has been the depth. And we're seeing scoring from all 3 lines. That's been a big factor, too. Wolverines played a Hingham team to end their final game of the season. They were still rolling 3 lines all the way deep into the game. They had a little bit more left in the tank. And how important is that?
It's huge. And I know the Globe or one of the articles mentioned the Presley, Ash, Lewis line, but that line was playing second line for a few games this year because it's interchangeable. Their lines 1, 2, 3, that's the best. You can roll them out. You got the bench, the culture, the mojo on the bench is huge. So, like you said, if you can play those third, even fourth lines deep in the game, that just gets you rested for the third period.
And they're so versatile, too. So Justine Connolly was a defender last year for the Wolverines. They move her up as the second-line center. She scored a bunch of goals. But I also got to call out Avery Hughes. Avery Hughes, a very talented, high IQ player as a forward. They put her on defense to help close out games. A huge strength to have when you have you have Campbell back there and you have Carolyn.
It's endless. And then power plays, too. You know, we've seen Ash on defense a few times. We've seen that center ice face-off play where they move the forward back and the D up. You know, there's a lot of things they can do. If you have the players that are versatile enough to do that, like you said, you can run different plays, you can run different rotations, and you're comfortable with all five that are going out there, no matter who they are. And then having Jen Lynn behind you is always the icing on the cake.
You know what I loved the other night? So they're playing Hingham. 2 goals she gave up in the first period. You know, they weren't snipes. You know, they weren't the best goals to give up, but didn't matter. She stayed focused. She allowed Westwood to stay in that game. Westwood cut into that lead with the Aaron Gannon goal, which was what a highlight reel goal, and it was right here. They then tied it up. Made big save. There was a save where the Hingham player held on for some extra time to try and get a little bit more angle. Lynn slid that pad up against the post and got the pad on there for the save. Probably the most impressive save I've seen all season. Kept them in it. And then a couple big saves to help close out the game when they had the lead. That's, I think, the difference maker as well this year is, do you have a goalie that can help you steal a game if you don't have your A game? And they certainly do.
We saw it last year in the Medfield game. That Medfield goalie stole that game. I mean, if you can, we say it all the time. Jen's just kind of out here like it's like a men's league pickup game, a women's league pickup game. It's us playing, shooting on her. You know, but she starts the breakouts. She's so comfortable back there, and she's able to control the puck, which is something we tell our youth goalies all the time. Goalies that have trouble covering the puck's kind of bouncing around them. She knows she's starting breakouts. We've given her a few assists, I think, from up here, whether they put it on the ice or not. But yeah, it's huge.
I made sure when I saw Mike Kuzangara from the Globe to say, hey, keep an eye on her. She's a special player. I hope she gets the recognition for all Scholastic for both the Herald and the Globe. I think she will. But what a spectacular player. In the early 2010s, there was a basketball player named Jeremy Lin. And he went off. He was scoring like 40 a night, 30 a night. And they coined the term Lin-sanity. We're bringing it back for Jennifer Lin. Lin-sanity is back. She had the whole moms wearing I Heart Jen Lin t-shirts. You know, she has certainly brought some excitement around this team and around the playoffs, as both teams going to have a final word before kicking off opening introductions. This is where the captains have a final moment to kind of give their message. The coach gives the message before the game in the locker room. Now this is where the captains are able to say a few words, as both teams are going to...
I have no idea what my girls say around that net, but I don't need to know. You know, let them do their thing. Let them get fired up however they want to. We need some puck girls here tonight.
Yeah, as Julie Marino bringing the bucket down to the Stoneham end, as the visiting team always uses Westwood pucks. Good to see Rich White on the bench for the Wolverines. Rich White was a long-time girls hockey coach at Westwood in the 90s into the 2000s. Also a Westwood High grad, Westwood hockey player himself. I believe he was 1968 grad at Westwood High School. See him around during the lacrosse seasons as well as field hockey.
Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to the results for today's Division II Girls Hockey Tournament. Participating student athletes, coaches, and contest officials have worked diligently to prepare for today's competition. Please show your appreciation by demonstrating good sportsmanship and respect for all attendants. Ensure that your behaviors reflect the values that should be identified with these student athletes. Assume responsibility for your behavior and the behavior of those around you. If we require assistance, please call upon our great nation has persevered through the leadership and sacrifices of men and women who have served or are currently serving in our armed forces. We invite both veterans and current military personnel to please stand. We thank you for your service. Starting off with the Stone Stars. Starting on right wing, number 7, Sophie Bird. Starting on left wing, number 18, Patricia Hammond. And now for your Westwood Wolverines. Starting at right wing, number 16, Maggie Ash. Starting at left wing, number 23, Abby Presley. Starting at center, number 9, Bridget Lewis. Starting on defense, number 5, Fallon Campbell. Starting on defense, number 25, Delia Joyce. And in goal, number 1, Jennifer Lynn. And Westwood's coach, Armand Lopez. If I can allow now ask, please rise for playing the national anthem.
All right, nothing left to do but drop the puck, and we are fired up. We are finally here for the opening puck drop of the round of 32. Wolverines taking on the Stoneham Spartans. We'll start off with the starting lineup, starting with the Spartans. Starting in goal, number 1, Juliana Ioza. Number 4 on defense, Christine Thorne. Number 8 on defense, Lucy Romanowski. And then the forwards, Zoe Newburn, the assistant captain, number 18, Patricia Hamp, and number 19, Graciela Martin. In the starting lineups for your Westwood Wolverines, in net, Jennifer Lynn, and then on defense, Fallon Campbell, as well as Delia Joyce, and then the Ash lines, Bridget Lewis, Maggie Ash, Abby Presley. And we got 3 officials tonight, 2 referees, 1 linesman, which is always the addition come playoff time. You get another official, extra set of eyes, which is when you know that you're playing some games that matter.
I also noticed a little hair dyeing from the girls during the national anthem. There's some red hair out there, whatever we're doing. Hopefully it's working.
I heard Katie Callahan, we're on a group text chain for the Westwood Athletic Alumni Golf Tournament. She was mentioning hair dye. I didn't know to what extent.
Yeah. It's subtle. It looks pretty subtle.
Very subtle. As the Wolverines win the opening draw and the puck in the Spartan zone. Lewis, first forechecker, going in there on the corner. She's got help from Presley. Crashing down is Joyce. Lewis able to chip it ahead to herself, comes away with the battle. She's going to send it back behind the net, looking for Presley, but that was knocked aside by the Stoneham defender as they work their breakout. Campbell right in the passing lane to come away with that puck. Ends up back in Westwood zone with a single forechecker coming in on them from Stoneham. That puck kept in by the Stoneham defender, but right back on the stick of the Wolverines. Right into the neutral zone we go as Gannon fresh on the ice, trying to work it into the middle. Then Ash comes away with it over to Gannon with a backhander. Save there by Ioza. The nice save on an early opportunity for the Wolverines. That shot will go on net. She'll cover it up for the faceoff.
Good look right off the bat. You know, those first shifts, you never know in these playoff games. Everybody's coming in hyped up, excited, a lot of energy. So keeping the puck down this side as far away from Jen Lynn as we can get it.
Yeah, getting those nerves settled early. Doesn't matter if you're the 1 seed, the 32 seed, everyone's got nerves when it comes to playoff hockey. And there's Wolverines right back to work in a puck battle. Connolly behind the net. Makes a nice move to protect it. Goes the other way. Looking towards the near side post. Sends it there. Gets blocked by the knee pad of the Stoneham defender and ends up outside the Westwood zone. Chevry going to send it over to the far side. Carolyn there with a great stick, able to knock that puck loose as Westwood battling for it in the neutral zone. Gannon working it in on the entry. Nice move to the backhand. Just not enough angle there to shoot it. Regains the puck, sends it over to Campbell, who's crashing in and not able to keep that puck on the stick. Good passing here early on by the Wolverines, as it's been, as what you're saying too, Ryan, a bit of a layoff since the last game. It's been just a week off of hockey, so I'd expect some rust early on as both teams finding their game.
And I'm telling you, it is harder. Having that 1 seed, we're going to say it a few times, it's going to make this run even harder because even the 32 seeds coming at you with everything
coming with everything, no question about it. Marino chasing in on the forecheck as that puck gets funneled up the near side. Hughes on the half wall, going right into battle and coming away with his Stoneham. On the stick of DeCharia, working it into Westwood zone. Nice stick there. Looked like by Callahan to knock it loose, and a shot from the outside. Lynn is going to cover it for the whistle as Stoneham trying to get some pucks towards the net and look for some rebounds. That's kind of how you got to score some playoff goals, is they're not always going to be pretty. If you can get some towards the net, a rebound, a screen, those are always sometimes effective.
You got to stay strong on all the basics, the fundamentals. Just not getting lazy with the puck, not turning the puck over, playing hard every second. Start pumping in some goals, and then you can start changing some things. Yeah,
when in doubt, use the sides.
Yeah.
Don't throw up the middle. Nice turnover there caused by Chevry. Chevry sends it over to Ash. Ash with some room on the entry. Shot saved by Ioza. Second attempt, puts it in the back of the net, and the Wolverines are on the board. Riley Marsh's favorite player, Maggie Ash.
There was a jump right next to me. I saw it. She was jumping up and down. I saw the table move.
With the goal, and to get the Wolverines on the board, 1-0. Love that she followed her shot, went in for that rebound.
And took the shot. I mean, there was a 2-on-1. The pass was there too, but the defender gave her the shot. Take that shot, go to the puck, bury it in.
She's got a heavy shot. I'd imagine a lot of shots on the driveway over the years. Being a neighbor, have you been witness to those?
We see it all the time. We're always yelling out the window when we drive by the Ash house. Running over some pucks. Bo's always finding pucks in his mouth. They're everywhere.
Great neighborhood to be in if you are a hockey fan, hockey player. Right above, right behind the fire station.
Yep, toast office. Come on down. There's nets everywhere.
Do you guys have a neighborhood name like the Maze or the Loop or anything?
I don't think so.
Oh, you guys got to come up with one. What about you, Mike? Any nothing for the neighborhood? I feel like every neighborhood needs a name. Logos, T-shirts, golf tournaments. We had that going strong at one point in the Maze. As the Wolverines, nice move there by Lewis, who works it in. Shot gets deflected off the stick of Newburn. And right back go the Wolverines, battling for loose pucks. There we go. Presley gets the possession, sends it over to Lewis, who creates some space. That shot saved by Ioza and picked up by Presley. Presley, so talented on the skates, able to create space with her skating ability. Also patient there as the Wolverines are changing out the center. On comes Connolly with Hicks out there. This has been a very effective combination, to add to the Gannon combination on that line. Hicks and Connolly, the senior captains, been so good at finding each other and have a lot of points together on the season. Big time points too when you look at that Duxbury game. Big time game for the Wolverines. As that had been a game that we thought we'd see in the playoffs over the years. They put it on the schedule this year, and it was everything that it was hyped up for.
Lived up to the hype for sure.
No question. Gannon gets a clean pass from Joyce on the breakout, works it inside over to Hicks. Hicks got a hard shot, and she sends it on net, saved by Ioza, and she'll cover it up. Hicks had a heavy goal, similar to that look right there on the midfield game. When she's got that puck, working it in the zone, she's got one of the best shots on the team. Very good wrist shot.
That pass is there. That pass on the outside, that center to the wings.
Yep.
The pass is always going to be there. It looks like the D are kind of going towards the puck, so keep moving around and make the right play.
Clean face-off win by Hughes in front of the net, battling for a loose puck, covered by Ioza. but that all started from a clean face-off win. How important are those?
Huge. I mean, it's not something we work on too much at the younger levels, unfortunately, but, you know, it's just being able to make one little play or knowing where your team's going to go with the puck if it goes one way or the other, it's huge. And it sets the tone for the rest of the shift.
Love the anticipation, too, going to the net as you move that puck to the point, getting some bodies in front, traffic, and also rebounds. Worked it to a T, and another clean win there by Hughes. Wins it back to Chevry. Chevry going to send it down low to Callahan. Callahan, 8th grader on the team. What a fantastic year. Before she's even made it to the halls of 200 in Manhattan, you know, making her mark on the Westwood Girls Hockey season. As Stoneham working it the other way, hits the official on the far side. Carolyn using it to the Wolverines' advantage, is going to work it up. Hughes picks it up. She's got a couple Stoneham players closing in on her, but does a good job protecting it. Works it into the far side corner. Got Presley on the ice as tail end of the shift for the Hughes line. Marino going to change up with Ash coming on. Got to be careful there, right in front of the bench. Every now and then you get too many players on the ice.
Westwood's battling through some stick checks, some little hooks, but, you know, they're not getting frustrated. They just keep going.
Here comes Presley. Nice move to the inside, working it towards the net, off the side of the net. That was a great look. She made a nice move with her skating abilities on the outside to work it inside, and then had a 2-on-1 working it towards the net.
And you can tell she's always looking to pass. She is such a playmaker, She took the shot there, but you can see on her mind, she's hesitated that one little second.
She is Adam Oates. She is the Oates to Ash's Neely and Bridget Lewis's Neely, and covered up by Ioza. Ioza's been very impressive so far here early. She's had a bunch of shots and has already had a bunch of saves.
Pucks to the net, say it all the time, at any level, any game, put pucks on net, good things are going to happen.
Absolutely. Fallon Campbell rang true for her when she put a puck on the net, got the game-winning goal versus the Hingham in the Hingham game last Wednesday. As right off the bat, Wolverines win the draw, right to the net goes Hicks, saved by Ioza. And Matt Gillis early on, crushing the tunes. He did we had a little Bulls mix for the opening introduction for the Wolverines. I had my hair was standing up on that. That was impressive.
Oh, it's too funny. I'm going down to see a buddy who coaches for the Hornets this weekend, and he was with the Bulls for a while. We used to always get there early just to watch.
Oh my gosh, the best music around. They got to bring back jock jams too. You know, that's been a while since we've seen those come out. As Carolyn collects the puck behind the net and works the Wolverine breakout. Sending it to Gannon, but stolen by Stoneham. That was a nice play there by the Stoneham forward, number 13, Amanda De Placido, was able to get in front of that pass. Wolverine's able to regain the puck and get back to their breakout. Get the pass over to Connolly and then sent right back into the Wolverine zone. Carolyn has got some time. She sends it cross ice over to Hicks.
Good look.
That was a great look as Hicks works it up ice. Ends up on the far side boards. Gannon just missed it. And then look at that, nice quick pass right to the stick of Gannon. Gannon working in. She's got an angle. Shot saved by Ioza. Rebound on the stick of Callahan with a shot just goes wide. Love that. Crashing the net on that shot. And I also like that look by Hicks off that far pad. That's where it goes. It's right on the player who's on that far post.
Yep. The rebounds are going to be there. They're coming out in games like this, and those are you get the dirty goals.
Oh, great pass by Callahan to Hughes, and a nice move by Hughes working it in. That shot goes just wide. Campbell crashes down to keep it in, sends that towards the net. And we got a battle there as Marino sends it towards the net with Callahan on the doorstep. Stoneham comes away with it. And Stoneham, very impressive so far on the defensive side as Wolverines have had already about 10 opportunities point blank. Campbell gonna flatten the puck, send it up the far side boards. Pretty impressive play by Callahan to collect that puck as it was on its edge.
It was a great shift by number 6. Couple chances, couple passes, some good little plays.
A lot of confidence for an 8th grader. That's one thing that has impressed me over the years of covering the girls hockey is, you know, these girls get hundreds of people at the games. And when you get the later games, upwards of 1,000 people. You get 8th grade kids out here playing in front of big crowds and, you know, showing bravery. You know, that's incredible. As that shot towards the net hits the glass, but just incredible to be able to play under such extreme pressure. You know, it's no sport like it. And the Wolverines still looking for a player in front of the net as Stoneham doing a good job keeping it outside. Presley comes away with it, makes a nice move, shot saved by Ioza. Ash was there, but nice play there by the defender, Grace Newburn, to get a puck on, or a stick on that and whack it aside. Kept in by Chevry. Presley puts on the brakes, turns the angle. My goodness, stick handling in a phone booth over here. Makes a nice move going towards the net. Shot saved by Ioza. Wow.
Really wanted to finish there. That would have been a highlight goal.
An absolute highlight reel goal.
Looked like McDavid circling the zone in there. Went around about a couple girls twice and then just couldn't finish.
What a high IQ play to know I can stop here. I know that this player is going to stop, and then I can turn there, and then he creates space when there was really no space to be had. Very impressive play there by Presley. As I've said over the years, one of the most gifted skaters in the state, also one of the most unselfish players, as she is always on a lot of the assist end. As that shot towards the net, I think it got a piece of Hicks's stick, covered by Ioza.
Yeah, they are. They're parking themselves right in front of the net, and it's not easy down there. They're getting hit, they're getting whacked, but they're staying right there and screen some shots, and then, like we said, bury those rebounds.
Yep. Connolly going to take the draw for the Wolverines. Puck right back to the point. That shot got through. It was a shot by Olivia Alex. That actually, I don't know if it took a late ricochet, but forced a very late challenging save by Ioza. Stoneham ices it, so we'll get the face-off back in the offensive zone. So as the Wolverines being the home team, they get the last change. So they can see who Stoneham, what line they bring out, and then Wolverines can counteract that with whichever line of their choosing. So always an advantage being that home team and having that last change. Puck won by the Wolverines. They're gonna send it in for the cycle. Rimmed up the far boards though by Stoneham, and that gets out of the zone. Campbell, he's gonna collect it. Nice hard pass to Hicks, but just went through her stick. Shot from the outside, and then that's what you see by Campbell. Block shots. That's going to be the first of many you'll see from her. Fearless player is not afraid to get in front of pucks when they're coming towards the net.
And Justine on a little bit of back check there, just not giving up after the play. The puck went by her, but she stayed right on that shot and altered it a little bit. That's huge.
That's one thing I've noticed too that I didn't mention in the opening, but one of the differences in this year's team, the back checking. It allows the defenders to be aggressive at their own blue line and really disrupt the entries. Been a great play for the Wolverines with the consistent back checking. That is unselfish to back check. As Hughes makes some nice moves, sends it over to Marino. Marino here on the near side. He's gonna send it towards the net with Callahan chasing after it, sends it right back to Hughes. Hughes looking for the front. That one knocked off her stick, but then Callahan to send it right back to Hughes. This is what we talk about when we talk about cycling the puck. It's basically a game of keep away. And how do you maintain the possession while you wait for a lane to open up or you wait for an opportunity to take it right to the net? Is Hughes trying to stuff it there. Nice defense and save by Ioza to get the skate on the post. And then Marino keeps it in. And then look at this. Hughes getting a change as the Wolverines still keeping the puck in the offensive zone. That is an exhausting way to play hockey if you are Stoneham when the Wolverines are dominating those possessions, getting fresh legs on the ice.
Yeah, because Stoneham's not able to change. So
no.
you got to keep coming at them. And the pressure down low, they had some space down there. The points are opening up. There's going to be some options.
And keep an eye on here. Stoneham only able to change up one player, so a lot of tired bodies out there, but that's going to help the fact with Ioza making the save. Then you're going to see wholesale changes now for Stoneham to get fresh legs on the ice. Ioza, very impressive so far. Freshman goalie. So a very bright future for Stoneham. When you have a goalie that is as talented as she is with years ahead, you got a bright future.
They've had to have had 15 shots, I'd say already. 15. We'll have to ask the girls who are keeping track on the bench.
That shot goes off a skate, ends up on the far side corner. And we got a loose puck on the near side. Ash comes away with it. Knocked off her stick, but Presley closes the door pretty quick. Lewis trying to keep it in, gets knocked out. Joyce sends it right back in, and chasing after it is Westwood's goal scorer, Maggie Ash, sophomore. It's her third year on the Wolverines, a sophomore. She's certainly going to be in the picture for most points all time for the Wolverines when all is said and done. As current leader, Kate Sullivan, I believe 183 points. She beat Caroline Donahue last year, my sister, on the second to last playoff game. A nice pass there. Ash with the shot off the post. That was a beautiful pass from Presley to Ash. And Ash, great shot. Get that one off the post. Shot from the point by Campbell. Gets deflected. Campbell going to anticipate and then crash in herself. Stoneham able to get the possession. They'll send it out. Joyce, a far side pass to Gannon. Gannon gets stood up at the blue line. Now Stoneham with an opportunity. Coming in is Romanowski, and a great defensive play there by Campbell. And a nice clean breakout right off the bat. Puck possession into a clean breakout as Hicks works it around, looking towards the net. Shot saved by Ioza. And that was what I was talking about, where one of the best shots on the team. That was a terrific wrist shot by Livy Hicks, and a very impressive save by Ioza. Those numbers are continuing to accumulate, as I don't think Ioza saw the shot there from Connolly as that went through the crease area and ends up on the far side post, or far side corner. Hicks jumped in the play, and the Wolverines going to get called for a penalty, as I believe Hicks is going to go to the box for a trip. But I like Hicks on that play was back checking. You know, I think one of the defenders got caught up. Hicks came back to back check, and she's going to get called for a trip, and we're going to see our first power play of the game, and it's going to be for the Stoneham Spartans.
Yeah, it's hard to get mad about a penalty like that. Working hard on the back check, made a good physical play. The game's been physical so far, so don't hate that play.
Nope, the refs are allowing it. Where if you're standing your ground, you know, and you're not actually laying a hit, you're standing your ground trying to go after some puck battles, they're going to allow it, which, you know, is great to see. That's the essence of hockey, you know, is battles. A lot of puck battles.
We've seen a few shorthanded goals this year, so I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah, that shot was actually impressive. Saved by Lynn as it took a bounce, and there we go. Presley with some space. She's got Ash trailing the play, and that's a great stick there by the Stoneham defender. But it forces a pass off the boards. It goes right back on the stick of the Wolverines to send it down the length of the pond. Presley going to battle, and now they're going to even it up. So Stoneham is going to get called for an interference. I hope Presley's all right. She's right up on her feet. Tough kid.
There could have been 2 or 3 other ones I think before that.
But you know what? We see that a lot on power plays. If you have penalty killers that are creating havoc, it forces a team to kind of panic a little bit. And we are evened up now as Stoneham gets called for the penalty. Interference, going to bring the face-off back down into the Stoneham zone. So it'll be a minute 23 of 4-on-4. Then Westwood will have a short power play for 37 seconds.
We talked about it before. You have the luxury to put Justine out there on D right now as a third forward, second defenseman.
Very smart. And we saw her score a goal from that position in the Medfield game. That rocket shot from the point. Gannon with the shot, saved by Ioza. Incredible start by Ioza today. There's Connolly with the hard shot, just goes wide right. Ends up on the stick of Campbell. Campbell going to go across the ice, just goes past Connolly and outside the zone. The Wolverines will regroup. Under a minute to play here in the first period. Wolverines up 1-0 on a goal by Maggie Ash, as they've been buzzing. And the story of the first period has been Juliana Ioza, who has had a ton of saves. We'll have to get some stats on that, but has been outstanding in the net for the Spartans. There's a shot from Connolly, hit a couple bodies, went into the near side zone. Then a shot from Campbell, blocked by Stoneham. She goes back down to get the loose puck. As Stoneham comes away with it, sends it out of the Westwood zone. That was sent out by Romanowski. We got Ash back on the ice, some fresh legs with 8 seconds remaining here in the period, as trying to work her way towards the net, hit the ice, and the clock is going to expire, and that will be the end of a very entertaining first period. Westwood buzzing all period with their opportunities on the board and up 1-0. Ryan, any final thoughts before we go into intermission?
No, I think it just speaks to how well coached this team is, and they know where each other are. There's a lot of cycling, the plays behind the net. They had a game plan coming in, put pucks on net, crash the net. So I'm hopeful for the second period
Yeah.
that we'll open this up a little bit.
No question about it. Well, folks, stick around. You're watching Westwood Media Center coverage of Westwood Girls Hockey round of 32. We'll be right back after a quick message to kick off the start of the second period.
I grew up right here in Islington, wearing the green and white for Westwood High. I wasn't the star quarterback or the Tri-Valley League MVP. I was the guy in the back of the room, learning from the best, filling in where my team needed me. And as a team, we won 2 Super Bowl championships. These years taught me that every role matters. The unsung heroes, the backups, the younger players, they complete the team. And that's the heart of Neroli. From the cooks, to the servers, to the dishwashers, we're a team, built on discipline, sacrifice, and trust, delivering authentic Italian dishes to our community. I'm proud to sponsor our hometown teams, not just the All-Stars, but every player grinding it out, because I've been there. Teamwork built me, it built Neroli, and it's building Islington. So come join us for dinner, and let's cheer on our teams together.
Westwood High School Sports, brought to you by Neroli Ristorante, authentically Italian. And Arch Orthodontics, creating generations of beautiful smiles with expert orthodontic care.
Both teams about ready to get on the ice for the start of the second period. I like how they're going to wait a minute, because we've seen this over, the games throughout the season where it does take another few minutes for that ice to settle. And there's some wet spots, and we've seen, the puck as a defenseman or a forward's trying to work that puck in or out of the zone, get stuck in the water. So it's always good to wait an extra couple minutes, let that ice freeze fully. And you don't want, a play to impact a playoff game when it comes to wet spots. So I was able to get some stats. So Juliana Ioza, the goalie for Stoneham, 15 saves in the first period, which what a talent, a freshman. Very, very bright future ahead for Juliana.
Yeah, keep it coming. I mean, there were, like we said, a lot of shots on net, a lot of rebounds. So gonna have about 37 seconds of power play time here to start the second after.
Look at your math.
Look at that, quick math.
I was gonna bring the calculator out.
Been out of the office for a while.
Wow, so 93% save percentage
round
for
up, 94.
Yeah, 94. We're gonna round up on that one. But 94% save percentage for Ioza. Not bad, but Jen Lynn, 100. But you know what? For the
Her
15
season
shots,
might be above 94.
For the 15 shots, pretty darn impressive. Lynn's had, I'd say, about 4 shots on net. They have been quality, and she's looked very confident early on.
But that's one of the things you got to worry about a little bit, because if you're just kind of sitting back there, not doing too much, she was involved in the play. I mean, there was enough action down her end, some dump ins. She started a few breakouts, so she's not sitting there cold. She's ready to go.
We got Cal Siebert here at the game. He's got his hockey stick, his hockey gloves on. The son of Westwood boys head coach Matt Siebert. Love to see that. He has been a riot. So during the boys games, he puts the gloves on, he's got his jersey on, and he's standing with the team during the national anthem. So he's part of the squad. I said, Matt, you got to put him on the roster. We got to get him on the Westwood Living Sports roster page or Arbiter to get all of that.
And they play tomorrow night, right?
Oh yeah, Matt Siebert. So Mike Gay was just saying, Matt Siebert, great golfer, and we actually were talking about that on the Westwood Living Sports Show. So Matt Siebert, about a 1 handicap in high school, he went up against Keegan Bradley. So he went up against Keegan Bradley as a freshman when Keegan was a senior, and I think Seavick got the better of him on one of the home and homes.
Claim to fame.
And Keegan Bradley, by the way, the number 2 on that team. There's a kid, John Curran, who was the number 1, who's won a couple PGA events himself. So quite the golf school Hopkinton was in the early 2000s. I didn't hear a whistle, but it looks like there was one for offside.
And Livy went straight to the bench, so
look at that
power play now.
Look at that, very convenient, as it basically ended the Wolverine power play, and now we have 33 seconds. It ended the 4-on-4. Now the Wolverines have 33 seconds of power play time, but Stoneham gets the win on the draw. Was helpful though that Connolly was able to steal it and send it up ahead to Lewis with the shot, goes just wide. Ash trying to send it across to Connolly.
4 forwards out there. Maggie and Justine playing the point. Is that Kira? Kira playing up.
And that's going to be offside. I love that. The creativity to do that. It's also, they're responsible players. And you've mentioned the great point about Connolly, very comfortable playing defense. So to use her offensive skills, but also her background and being a defender really helps having her back there. She's going to go D to D over to Ash. Ash going to walk it in the zone. Looking for the middle. Shot by Chevry. Saved by Ioza. She'll cover it up for her 16th save of the game. And I'm going to start taking a tally. That was a great entry there by Ash. I like how she moved it in slowly. Have that patience. Let people fall into place in their areas of where they're going to set up.
You got to be careful here behind you, Justine.
Yep. As Stoneham trying to sneak their player on the ice. There's a good job by Lewis to take away that angle. And a great play by Connolly. Gets the stick on stick to knock that puck loose. Helping out is Ash.
That's usually danger zone, right? When you have a forward back on D, but nope, she's used to it.
Sometimes it's scary. Sometimes that's the one goal of the game is, you know, a player coming out of the box and they score in a breakaway. And, you know, it's sometimes that's how a game can be written up. So always something to keep an eye on when a penalty is expiring, making sure you're putting eyes on where and when that player comes out of the box. Shot from the outside, that gets blocked. Presley was there looking for the tip. And then Presley able to knock that puck off the stick of Stoneham. Hughes trying to chip it ahead into the zone. Stoneham able to work it back into the neutral zone. A little battle up here on the near side. I'm going to send that towards the net, goes into the far side corner. Nice battle there by Marino to get positioning as Westwood sends it, and going to be no icing, so they'll have the opportunity to chase after this, get a couple changes as well. Stoneham trying to ring it. Nice play there by Callahan. Jumps on that, sends it right back in deep. And a good battle by Hughes. That's a clean battle when we're talking about physical play. That's not a hit, that's just a puck battle where she's able to come away with that possession.
And they are being smart with those plays right now. They're not doing anything extra. Stay out of the box.
We got the Westwood Boys Hockey team coming in to cheer on the girls team. Love to see that. They have been at a lot of each other's games throughout the season, and nothing better when they have back-to-back games over the year. It's awesome. Where they are there supporting loudly and proudly of each other in their successful seasons.
Yeah, they're tomorrow night, right? Thursday?
Tomorrow night, 8 p.m. here at the Ice House. And when you add up both the season as that shot on net, saved by Ioza, you have a record of 36-3-1 between the boys and girls season this year, which is the best in my memory of collectively of the boys and girls hockey season ever. Simply remarkable. And the boys added to 43 years in a row of qualifying for the state tournament.
Wow.
Which is
incredible.
Stat. 1983 was the first year. As that shot, that was a great stick lift by Connolly, saved by Ioza. She'll cover that up. 17 saves for Ioza. And we're going to say higher. We're going to say 18. And I like what I saw there by Connolly. That puck was going to the net. She made a quick last-minute stick lift, forced the goalie to adjust that. Love to see some more shots, point-blank shots at the net.
And they have the space right now. I think they're they're taking the space a little bit, but if they wait just one more half a second, they're going to have some pretty free open looks.
Chevry, nice backhander, gets that out of the zone. Delayed offside for Stoneham, and they're going to get called for it. Are we going to bring the face-off back? We'll have to wait and see. Typically, if it's a delayed offside and you touch the puck, they'll bring that face-off all the way back into your own end. If it's egregious, if it's, an honest mistake, they kind of say, all right.
She looked like she knew what she was doing.
She knew what she was doing, but they're going to give her the benefit of the doubt. They're going to keep that face-off right at the blue line. Lewis on the draw. Lewis, the younger sister to Nolan Lewis, a very talented forward for the Wolverines, and was a Globe player to watch. Nolan Lewis, the magician, he's had an outstanding year. And so has Bridget Lewis. She's working that puck in. What an emerging season for Lewis. She had a great 8th grade season, but her freshman year has been remarkable as she works that towards the net. Nice job by Stoneham to get a block on that. Save by Ioza. She covers that one up. Still good movement by the Wolverine. Puck time has been fantastic. The only thing has been putting the puck in the back of the net.
The opportunities are going to present themselves. Keep throwing the puck at the net. I don't think we've seen much this period of the puck down in Jen Lynn's zone. So keep doing what we're doing. Take that time. Like I said, you still have a little bit of patience for a better shot, but if you keep throwing the puck at the net, those rebounds are going to pop out.
That's the thing that happens too. When you got nerves, you make plays quicker. So calming your nerves, you have that extra second, and you're getting closer to the net. And also, lanes open up too, and you find a player streaking towards the net. Now Stoneham going to play the long game, but Carolyn's speed able to jump in on that loose puck. And she's going to break it out herself. Keep an eye on her. Carolyn working the speed into the zone. Talked about her last night. Did a little Instagram Live preview as that shot saved by Ioza. And I was talking about how Carolyn, so good at creating space, those escape moves.
Nice step.
That was absolutely fantastic. Chevry as well. The experience, she's a player, been playing 3 years now on the varsity program as only a sophomore. Gannon to the net, shot saved by Ioza. I thought I heard a quick whistle. Nope, we play on as Campbell battling for it on the near side boards. That puck sent up ahead by Romanowski.
The Stoneham team's not going away. They've had a few breaks this period. I think the Westwood D has lived up to publication, but
that's going to be an offside. Yep. They have. The Wolverines D has been fantastic. When they do get those pucks, I mean, you can just look at the ice towards the period, as it accumulates, and then towards the end. And Westwood's ice is clean. It's clean ice in the back zone. Where you look at the offensive side, a lot of snow. Lewis going to take the draw for the Wolverines. Romanowski for Stoneham, and they're going to kick Romanowski out, so someone else is going to have to take the draw. Hamp is going to take the draw.
What was that rule in the Olympics? Did you hear that? If you got kicked out twice or something happened. I don't know. There was some sort of face-off rule.
Some Olympic Committee rules. What is it? Twice and you're done for taking face-offs?
Yeah.
Well, it's
nice play.
Oh, nice little touch pass there. Ash with the shot saved by Ioza. Beautiful pass from Presley. Nice little quick one-touch passing between them. Ash does a good job of protecting that puck as players are crashing in on her, and then able to come away with it into the Stoneham zone. And she tips over, gets right back up as Presley in a battle on the blue line area, still fighting for it. The Wolverines come away with it. Here comes Presley working it inside. Shot save by Ioza. What a move by Presley. It seems doubtful that the Wolverines would be able to keep that inside the blue line. She kept battling, then had some help from Ash. Came away with that loose puck, and a great look there to get a shot at net. Another big save by Ioza.
Stoneham bench is fired up. This coach, they are ready to go.
This is what the playoffs do. Playoffs, and that's a shot by Campbell, saved by Ioza. Ioza over 22 saves. And you know what? This is what happens in the playoffs is people play inspired hockey. They bring out a whole nother level that you might not have seen during the regular season. This is where it matters the most. This is where legends are made. As Hughes' shot gets blocked. Ends up in the near side corner. It's going to be sent back down low by Alex. Marino settles it. And send it up the half wall. Helping out is Alex. Alex keeping the puck in front. And then Marino goes down, and we're going to see a power play incoming for the Wolverines. And the Wolverines will have a great opportunity to get some good, clean looks on that.
This is big. This is we're about halfway through the second. Still 1-0 game. It doesn't feel like it, but scoreboard says 1-0. So need to bury one here. Open this up a little bit.
Absolutely. You look at who's on the ice. You got Presley. You got Lewis. You got Chevry up front. You got Connolly and Ash. That's pretty scary. A lot of power, a lot of talent. There's a nice pass there. Ashley Connolly, or excuse me, that was Ash to Presley. Presley
basically Ashley. They're kind of one
yes.
molded player.
Exactly. Connolly will work it into Presley, and has a nice little soft pass to Chevry. Stoneham trying to rim it up near side, crashing down is Lewis. Gets by her and goes out of the zone. And it's going to work its way down to Jen Lynn. Lynn comes out to play it. As Stoneham, so far, doing a good job of not allowing Westwood to get their power play set up. Bridget Lewis works it in. She's trying to shoot there. Caught a piece of the Stoneham stick, but Ash able to settle it. A little back and forth passing. Ash looking for Lewis in the back
forwards
door.
are very high, so if they can make that one pass down deep behind those forwards, they got a 3-4-on-2 down there.
And it looks like Wolverines, like you said, Ryan, a little more patience. They're passing it pretty quickly, where another extra second on those passes. As Ash working it inside, she hits the ice. No call. As Westwood continues to hold the possession. Shot from the point, that goes just wide. Rebound saved by Ioza. And Carolyn on the ice battling.
Got Campbell coming off the bench.
She's got a good shot from the point if it goes up to her. And Presley moving her feet, working off the backhand, trying to get it towards the net. And she takes a couple sticks. We're going to get a 5-on-3. Let Stoneham touch the puck. Nope, they'll just, okay, they touch it now. So they'll get the 5-on-3 for 10 seconds. And then they'll have a minute 50 of 5-on-4. But the 10 seconds still matter, because if you win a draw, you can get a puck towards the net and have two Westwood players to their one while battling in front of the net. But that's what happens. That's the other thing too. It's not just about, obviously you want to see the goals go in, but when you're able to draw penalties like that because you're dominating the play and the possession, that's a good sign for your.
And we talked about depth too. There's 10, maybe 10 girls on the bench for Stoneham, so they have a lot less players and going to be tired, but getting worn out chasing us around the offensive zone.
Puck one back by the Wolverines.
That's a huge win.
Yep, Hughes over to Campbell. 5 seconds left on the 5-on-3. Shot by Campbell, just goes over the net. I think it caught a piece of Carolyn as puck sent down. Well, the penalty for Stoneham expired. Now 5-on-4. That was a clean win by Hughes to allow for a good look from the point. And I like what Gannon's doing here, setting it up. That's that hard shot we were talking about by Hicks. Hits the crossbar out of play. What a heavy shot. So that puck goes out of play. A minute 30 remaining on the Wolverines power play. 6 minutes and 4 seconds remaining here in the second period.
Gives them time to get power play one out there. So right back to where we started.
Yep. Win by Lewis.
Good win.
Right back to Ash. Ash going down low. That gets by Presley. Lewis there, though, to help out. And then Presley right back on her stick. She's going to go off the boards. Connolly. Connolly back down to Presley. Is Presley able to come away with it? Now, there we go. Right to the backhand. Inside towards the net. That gets knocked loose. Ash with the shot. And another save by Ioza. We've got 24 on my count through 2 periods.
I have like 40. Feels like there's been a lot more.
That has been very impressive for the freshman. But the Wolverines continue to put heavy pressure on the Spartans. They have
those draws.
a minute 2 left on the power play as Stoneham able to come away with that and clear it out. Nice play there by Hennigan. And a great play by Connolly to able to knock that puck loose up to Ash. Ash has her feet moving, working it towards the net. That shot hits a stick, goes out of play.
They are getting in the way. I mean, not many of our shots are clean going through. There's been 4 or 5 in the last minute or 2 that have been blocked or popped, or they're not free shots.
That's what wins playoff games is blocked shots, getting sticks on sticks, being able to help your goaltender out, and being able to help a very good goaltender out.
Exactly.
Hughes working it across to Campbell on a one-timer. Just caught a piece of a stick. Ends right back on the stick of Gannon. Gannon with a shot towards the net, saved by Ioza.
This far side, backside is wide open, and you can start to see that.
That little back door area, yep.
Just a pass across ice. Not the easiest pass in the world, but it's there.
But you've already sold enough shots where it'll be even more open as Campbell looking that way over to Gannon. Gannon, nice play to work the backhand to settle it back on the forehand.
Hicks is wide open.
Yeah, Hicks wide open right in front of the net. That shot saved by Ioza, pad save, and then they're going to clear it down the length of the ice. But you're right, as Westwood's been dominating the play, you see some puck watching now, which has left that player on the far side post open, especially on that power play.
2 big kills for Stoneham.
It's a hand pass, potentially nope, because Stoneham touched it after. As Westwood going in on the forecheck. Off the boards. And that's going to be chased down by Carolyn. Stoneham changing up their players as Carolyn will work it off the boards. Looking ahead for Gannon. Sent right back in by Stoneham. Carolyn going to go D to D, regroup, going up the far side. Ash, little one. Touch pass over to Lewis. Lewis working it inside. Lewis looking to shoot. Shot saved by Ioza. Sounded like a broken record. That was a good shot right there. Working across the middle. Getting a better angle at the net.
Yeah, Stoneham's starting to float a forward high too. So I mean, they're still. It's a 1-0 game still. Running out of time.
It's a 1-goal game right now. Exactly. 3 minutes 49 remaining here in the second. Still a 1-0 lead for the Wolverines on the Ash goal from the first period. Shot by Carolyn goes just wide of the right. And right back in, Westwood chips it as they're battling in the neutral zone. Presley with a nice move. Looking for Ash on the near side, just a little bit too far ahead. Ash, a little puck battle and behind the net, was looking for Connolly, but went through the front net front. Nice stick there by Westwood defender. It looked like Chevry. And a great back check by Ash. Ash, couple nice moves. Wolverines have some numbers if they hurry. Ash with the shot, saved by Ioza. That was a nice hard low shot. Force a rebound. As Westwood right back in on the possession. Pass to Hicks. Saved by Ioza on the glove. Hicks jumping back on a loose puck, trying to send that towards the net. Comes out to Joyce. Joyce with the shot, just wide right. Gannon jumps on the loose puck.
Great pass.
Looking at Connolly. She's got Hicks in front of the net and then covered by Ioza.
Great little backhand sauce.
28 saves. Mike's saying higher. We're going to go 30. 30 saves by Ioza through 2 periods. Not even 2 periods. We still have 2 minutes and 37 left. You know Westwood's going to give a heck of an effort. The remaining 2.5 left here in the period. That puck ends up in the far side corner. Hicks. Another battle won by the Wolverines on these 50-50 battles. Was looking for a Wolverine player, but stolen by De Placido. Connolly goes down, but able to get right back up. Joyce jumping on that loose puck right up to Gannon. Gannon working it on the entry, looking for the screen on the shot, but gets deflected in the corner. And a great effort there by Connolly, sends it towards the net, saved by Ioza. Coming back into the Westwood zone. A little battle between Joyce and now Campbell helping out. We got 3 Westwood players helping out, and they come away with it. Gannon getting her feet moving. Lost the puck there as Lewis regains it. Now Lewis going to the outside. Lewis has some space, going towards the net. Oh! Caught a piece of the Stoneham stick. That was a good look there.
Block shot.
Another block
shot. Tip shot.
That,
getting the sticks in the way.
That's another stat I'd be interested to know is the block shots and also stick shots. Getting sticks on those shots to deflect them wide. Presley over to Ash. Ash sends it towards the net. That goes through the net front. Crashing down is Chevry. Chevry looking for the front. Yep. She's got Ash there. Just hits the side of the net. And puck gets loose in front of the net.
Good battle.
Yeah, great battle. There's a physical play in the corner as Ash comes away with it, trying on the backhand. Presley then tries. We get a whistle as we have an injured player in the near side corner of Stoneham, but good to see she is up on her feet. Some of the Stoneham fans wanted a penalty there. I think it was just a inadvertent.
I feel like she went in for the hit, body-to-body contact.
Yeah.
We're not biased, though.
No, we are not. We may have green in our blood.
Impartial announcers.
So under a minute remaining, 56.3 to be exact. You're watching Westwood Media Center coverage of Westwood Girls Hockey. We have Mike Gay on camera, Ryan Marsh on microphone. I am Morgan Donahue. Absolutely delighted to bring round of 32 action. And a very entertaining game so far. As Westwood with heavy pressure the last 2 periods. And as I mentioned, the story has been Juliana Ioza. 30 shots.
Try to find Riley to get us an official stat count before they walk out of here.
Lewis on the draw. A little bit of a stalemate. Puck in the far side corner. The Wolverines have been so good on even those stalemates of winning battles. As Lewis sends it towards the net and covered by Ioza.
Yeah, I think it's an important 47 seconds here. We're not, I don't think, too worried about giving one up, but to get a little momentum going into the third, you got to add a few here.
Yep. And Connolly line out there. They've had some good looks. Hicks, Gannon. Connolly, nice stick lift there. Gannon able to keep it in, gets knocked off her stick, and then sent out of the zone by Stoneham. Gannon, nice pass there to Connolly. Here we go, Wolverines with some space. Shot by Connolly, loose. Still loose, they put it in the back of the net. Was that Connolly?
It was, I think she followed her shot, got her rebound on the backhand, slid it in. Huge goal.
Huge goal with under a minute remaining in the period. Justine Connolly following her shot and putting that in the back of the net. And that was one of the things we said, keys to the game are getting some greasy goals. That is a greasy goal. Follow that shot. You know Ioza is going to save that first one, but the second and third opportunities are where you got to capitalize. And great job by the captain, Justine Connolly, to put that in the back of the net and get the Wolverines their second goal and get them back on the board. Unassisted goal by Connolly as the puck right here at the near side boards as Gannon works in. 6 seconds remaining in the period. Connolly with another shot saved by Ioza. And then the clock expires as Westwood had one more shot just before the buzzer. Another save by Ioza, but good period for the Wolverines.
I don't know, Mike, if you could pan this way. The ice down here is
very fresh down here in the Westwood zone.
But as we talked about, that second goal is huge. Getting that goal at the end of the period, give yourself a little bit of leg room going into the third. Dominated that period, so they deserved it.
No question about it. And as said earlier, you haven't played in a week. There's certainly some rust, but you know what happens sometimes too when you get that goal, that goal you've been waiting for. sometimes the floodgates open. So stick around, folks. We'll see what the third period brings. We'll take a quick break, and we'll be right back after a quick message. Bring you back for the start of the third period.
I grew up right here in Islington, wearing the green and white for Westwood High. I wasn't the star quarterback or the Tri-Valley League MVP. I was the guy in the back of the room, learning from the best, filling in where my team needed me. And as a team, we won 2 Super Bowl championships. These years taught me that every role matters. The unsung heroes, the backups, the younger players, they complete the team. And that's the heart of Neroli. From the cooks, to the servers, to the dishwashers, we're a team, built on discipline, sacrifice, and trust, delivering authentic Italian dishes to our community. I'm proud to sponsor our hometown teams, not just the All-Stars, but every player grinding it out, because I've been there. Teamwork built me, it built Neroli, and it's building Islington. So come join us for dinner, and let's cheer on our teams together.
Westwood High School Sports brought to you by Neroli Ristorante, authentically Italian. And Arch Orthodontics, creating generations of beautiful smiles with expert orthodontic care.
All right, welcome back, folks. Third period about to get underway. The Wolverines able to cash in on a goal late in the second period by Justine Connolly to make it 2-0 going into the third period. And we got actually a confirmed stat line on the saves by Ioza. 36 saves through 2 periods. But the Wolverines able to get 2 past her. I'd imagine the message in between periods is we need to get more pucks in the back of the net.
And we talked about it too, yeah, just a little bit of more patience. I think, like we said, Stoneham's getting tired. I think they have half the team, half the size, numbers-wise, of our team. So rolling out those 3 lines, they're gonna get tired. Take that extra second. You know, you don't have much time out there, but that extra second can go a long way.
Yep.
Use the offside wing, make that extra pass. Gonna be some open nets coming up.
David Krejci was known for that. And Jack Edwards used to say he slows down time. And it would drive me crazy sometimes until he had those big goals or those big assists. You know,
well, it's so funny too, because there's 2 kind of mentalities when it comes to hockey. Like go hard, go fast, just move the puck, put it on net. And then there's the mentality that I always had as a player, which again frustrated a lot of people. But take that extra time, use the patience. You know, make that play's going to open up. Play's going to open up. Let it develop in front of you. In a game like this where they're running around, you know, don't just throw the puck right at the net. Keep an eye out. Make the extra play.
And the key too is change it up, change things up. You know, when you are shooting those ones initial on net, change up the angle, change up the location, change up the timing, and keep the goalie guessing. You know, if the goalie's able to anticipate what you're trying to do, or the defense able to do that, you're playing to their strengths. Wolverines come away with the opening draw and go right into the Stoneham zone as Presley sends it on net. A little bit of a saucer save by Ioza.
The other thing is play smart. It was getting a little bit physical at the end of that game. You know, Stoneham's playing for their life right now, so don't get into any of that funny stuff.
Yeah.
You know, be smart, stay out of the box. Keep this side of the ice now very clean and fresh.
Oh, and a shot right off the face-off, puck loose. That was Lewis on the shot off the draw, and that's why we were talking about earlier about wet ice and a save off the knob there by Ioza. Shot by Presley, saved by Ioza.
We're up to 40.
Yes.
That's 4 right there.
That is 40 saves.
Yeah, you called it before the game. We waited a little bit between periods, but there was some wet ice down there that was stopping the puck, which ended up in our favor, but also impacts the shot a little bit.
Yeah, now we're seeing the Stoneham players trying to just create some snow there. But I loved the idea there by Lewis to send that right towards the net. Did catch Ioza off guard a little bit. Last minute save off the pad. That's a shot from the outside, saved by Ioza. That was a shot by Gannon. Get another face-off. Of the two rinks, the red rink has always been better ice, in my opinion. And this is the time of year where a lot of games have accumulated, where not the best ice, this time of year. So
temperature's right. It's not warm. It's not warm in here.
No, it is certainly colder in here than it was during the single-digit weeks we had a couple weeks back. Little cycle going on for the Wolverines. Goes to the front of the net. We got a penalty. Who is it on, though?
Earned one.
As a cross-check. Hicks is saying, is that on me?
Oh, wow.
I think it's on Livy. She was the one that went down. We're going to say a cross-check by Hicks, which is going to give Stoneham the power play, and the Wolverines going to go on the kill. But this is where Westwood can be dangerous. We've seen a lot of looks this year by Ash and Presley on shorthanded opportunities. And there we go, a nice clean win, sent down the length of the ice by
Who's going to be the first one there?
Yep, this is what they're so good at, is Presley is just relentless.
And they drew that penalty on the last penalty kill they had too.
Good point.
Nice stab.
Great stick there by Carolyn. They really do a good job of making these entries so difficult where they disrupt any type of flow that any opposing team on the power play is trying to get going. Stoneham sends it the near side corner. Chevry going to protect it. Stolen by Stoneham, but Chevry able to battle back in as the puck right up against the side of the net. Presley picks it up. And watch this when she gets her feet going as she's getting hooked. A little change of the defense there. Campbell coming on with Chevry. Going to get a breather.
Go.
Presley looked like she had some daylight to work with, but Stoneham able to work the puck off her stick. They're going to work it off the far boards as they set up their power play on the stick of Newburn. Nice play there by Carolyn. Presley trying to get it over to Ash. Here we go. Ash with some space. Working it into the zone. Hard shot just wide left. That goes off the boards and works its way up out of the zone. And great back check going on by Lewis. And that's going to force Westwood to send that puck down the zone. Lewis first one in there to battle for it. I love the effort. Just
killing
exhausting. Nowhere to go with that puck when you got Westwood all over you on the power play. That was a nice cross ice pass up the far side, but a great stick there by Connolly to get that puck, get it out of the zone, and force Stoneham to have to tag up. Campbell working on the near side. Stoneham gonna set it up the near side, boards working it towards. Nice play there by Connolly getting in that lane. Gannon looking up ice. Looks up for Hicks, who's fresh on the ice. Hicks, the shot from the outside, forces a rebound as Hughes was crashing the net. And that is sent down the zone, no ice as it caught a piece of Carolyn's stick. Carolyn gonna settle it. She'll go off the boards to Hughes. Hughes gets the red line and works it in. She's gonna chase after herself. Very smart play, playing the long game. Hughes, some good patience there as she works to the backhand, then the forehand goes through the crease area.
Good layers there. I mean, there was one break. We had one forechecker, but then there were two girls right behind her, not getting through that wall.
Nope. They do a good job of crashing in on the player with the puck as Callahan sends that towards the net, gets the rebound. they got their cycle game set up. Hughes comes away with it loose, trying to get the forehand on it, but a stick lift by Stoneham. Alex with the shot goes through the crease. Callahan in a battle on the far side, as kept in there by Campbell, who sends it towards the net, takes a big hop, ends up in the far side corner, or excuse me, near side corner, as Marino cycles it to Hughes. Hughes got a couple players, or a player closing in. She's gonna work it towards the net, and then stopped and saved by Ioza, covered for the face-off.
Play is just opening up. It's like the seas are parting. I think Stoneham might be getting a little tired. There's just, Westwood's kind of turning with the puck and then realizing they have open ice that they're not expecting. So take that puck to the net, get that quality shot.
Lewis gets the win, shot from the point. A little backhander there by Lewis, goes wide. Ash sends it on net, saved by Ioza. Crashing in is Chevry, she's able to keep it in. Little pass in there to Ash, towards the net, saved by Ioza. Ash went to the backhand, forehand deke. Ioza did a good job of keeping the pad close to the post and getting a nice save.
Battled through multiple hooks and just got the move she wanted, but Ioza, again, up for the challenge.
Stoneham, one of the best teams I've seen this year with stick work around the net. They've been incredible. Presley jumping on the loose puck from the face-off. Lewis sends it towards the net, gets a rebound that goes out front. And what a battle there. Presley able to win that on a stick lift. A little pass from Lewis to Presley, just goes past her stick. Chevry from the point, rebound. Another save, another shot to add to Ioza's total. Chevry loses her footing, able to get right back up. Nice Ash look to Presley. Presley walking in, shot, and a save by Ioza.
We say it every game, but this a heck of a game again out of this line.
46 saves by Ioza.
Presley's all over the place tonight. She always is.
This might be the best game I've seen her this year, of just being able to create some space, create some looks, and seeing some shots, some good quality shots out of her too. She's usually pass first. I love that she's been throwing some shots in there on net, and they've been quality shots. The face-off gets out of the Westwood zone on the far side. Joyce with a nice stick and angle there to separate the puck from the player. Gannon helping out, moving her feet, and then beautiful pass right up ahead to Connolly. Connolly working up the near side, working to the backhand, taking it towards the net, shot, saved by Ioza. Connolly looking for the 5-hole there.
Powerful move by Justine. Yes. Went to the outside, lowered her shoulder, used her wheels, just ran out of space.
Good look, gets another face-off. She'll take the draw for the Wolverines. She's got Hicks to her right, Gannon to her left. On the point, Campbell and Joyce. 9 minutes remaining here in the game. Wolverines up 2-0. Michael Gay, Ryan Marsh, Morgan Donahue here on Westwood Media Center. And a win by the Wolverines. Joyce settles it right over to Campbell. Campbell towards the net, glove by Ioza. Those gloves are important. That's where you get those face-offs. You can get as many saves as you can in net, but to be able to get face-offs where you can allow for personnel changes, things like that, settle the game down, that's always impactful as well. Going to keep out the Connolly line.
This guy runs a rigid face-off structure.
He wants to see cars in their parking spots. Oh, that's a heavy shot as Hicks was on the rebound and then covered by Ioza. That was a heavy shot by Gannon. Hicks was chasing down the loose puck on the far side, not able to get the backhand on it. Saved by Ioza, she covers it up. Her 43rd save of the game. Excuse me, no, her 48th save of the game. Can't even read my own handwriting. Should have been a doctor. As Stoneham able to get that puck out. Westwood gets it right back in. Every time Stoneham's able to get one puck out, Westwood all over and regains possessions. The possession time, I'd say, has been 95% Westwood, 5% Stoneham, which really does not dictate the score because of Juliana Ioza.
We got a...
That's a whistle, late whistle. Be a penalty on Chevry. Interference.
I didn't see it, but I thought we had the puck. So
yeah.
she said a pick, moving pick.
Yeah. So Westwood will go back on the penalty kill. We're going to have Presley and Ash out there.
This is my aggressive coaching style, but on the last penalty kill, there was almost room to send Maggie, send Abby, and then just let them fire it out. Clear breakaway.
Little flip pass in the neutral zone, let them go after it. Presley taking a nice angle. As the puck works down low, looking a little 1-2 passing there. Ash comes away with it, she's going to send it down the length.
That was a good play by Stoneham.
Yep.
A little high-low.
That was a good look. It's their best look of the game so far, as they're looking to cut Westwood's lead in half. Cross-ice pass goes off the stick. Number 6, Michaela Hannigan. She's got a battle with Connolly as Ash again sends it down the length of the ice. At this point, I kind of like to see that. You're killing clock here, you know. You don't necessarily need the goal, or you don't need to force one when you're on the penalty kill, but start with the kill. That's going to be a high stick, and there we get the whistle. Is this going to bring the face-off back, do you think?
All the way
I think
down.
it will. Yeah, we'll see the face-off come all the way down to the Stoneham zone. There's 7:25 in the game, 1:11 remaining on the penalty kill. Chevry got called for interference. And it's funny when you see the penalty boxes here on this side, this is where the junior games are at. You see a chair in some of them because, you know, some of those games, there's not enough space, you know, to sit down, you know. As that shot goes wide, stick of Campbell. Lewis.
Stoneham is just exhausted.
Lewis finds Gannon with the shot. That off the post? Don't know. It's either post or blocker. That was a good look from Lewis to Gannon. But Stoneham, you're right, looks exhausted. I mean, this has been 3 periods of chasing Westwood around. And Westwood has been going 1, 2, 3 on the forward lines. And then they've been using their defense depth as well. That shot hits a leg, hit Hughes' leg. Ends up on the far side corner. Hughes gets back up on her feet, able to advance that forward to Lewis. Lewis on the cross-ice pass. Hits Gannon in stride. Gannon going outside. Oh, and actually worked out well when the Stoneham player hit the ice. It was right where Gannon was trying to move that puck.
Not a basketball guy, but what's that? He broke her ankles there.
Yeah, and one Mixtor, the professor. As Ash walking in, shot just wide. That was a great shot by Maggie Ash. Looking for the backhand pass to Presley. That puck goes airborne, saved by Ioza, and she is 1 away from 50.
Rifle from Maggie there, just missed, just went over the bar.
49 saves for the freshman goaltender. Bright future ahead for the Stoneham Spartans. Clean win by Lewis. Shot towards the net, tipped just wide. That was a beautiful tip by Ash and just missed the left side post. Short passes up top to bring it down low. Lewis working towards the net, going through the crease. Chevry works down. She's got Presley helping back up top. Presley looking in the middle. That goes off the skate of Lewis. And that's knocked out of the zone by Stoneham. Nice pass from Chevry over to Presley. Presley with some nice moves. Looked close, but offside.
Yep, one extra. Just one little extra move that caught both. I think both Justine and Maggie there were.
The old Mario Lemieux. Remember those days where he would have both legs on each side, and he was the one that the NHL said, yeah, if you have one leg on each side of the blue line, you're good. You are good. That was his classic move. He would go both legs, waiting as the entry to work it in. Stoneham working in on the far side. Good nice stick lift there by Gannon. Gets the puck, works it up the half wall, and then it gets help from Hughes. Hughes, nice smart play, goes up the far side. Knew she had some space and some ice ahead. A puck stolen by Stoneham. Stoneham looking for the net front. It's a nice block there. Wow, what a save by Lynn. Second attempt, save again by Lynn. And a third attempt goes wide. Jennifer Lynn hasn't seen a lot of action tonight, but huge saves by Lynn. Here comes Hicks. Hicks working into the Stoneham zone. Puck knocked off her stick, but she's going to drop it for Gannon as Gannon works towards the net, sends it over there, and then shot blocked. Second shot just goes wide into the near side corner. Hicks off the boards to Connolly. Connolly sends it up top to Chevry. Chevry shot gets a piece of a Stoneham player. And Stoneham, a long shift for them. Here, the coach over there saying, ice it, ice it.
Get it out of here.
And here we go. Nice steal here by Hicks, but unable to grab the puck as Stoneham sends it right back into Westwood zone. Carolyn does a good job protecting the puck as a Stoneham player crashing in on the play. Gives it up to Gannon. Gannon working it up ahead. Over to Lewis. Lewis trying to split the D. Oh, gets the backhand saved by Ioza for her 50th of the game. And the coach still yelling ice it over there. Classic. There must be one or two players still on the ice for the last 2 minutes if he's saying that.
It was a good push there by Stoneham.
Oh, nice pass by Presley. Lewis working in. And well, Westwood not getting any lucky bounces on them. I got 51 saves now for Ioza.
Well, like I said, it was a good push by Stoneham, but it's that Lynn mentality, right? Like she could be facing 50 shots or she could face 5. She's the same in there every time, and she stepped up. That's a hard 2 saves to make in a game like this.
No question about it. Timely.
And huge.
Been talking about that in a lot of the recaps we've done. Timely saves in a lot of these games. We're going to get timeout called. It's going to be on Stoneham. So Stoneham going to get the timeout call. They're going to talk through the next 3 minutes, 4 seconds. I'd imagine probably trying to get that puck into Westwood zone and pulling the goalie. The other thing too is these timeouts, it allows you to rest your top dogs. You know, who are going to be your players you're going to need for that last 3-minute rush. Try and get a goal. You get a goal to crack into Westwood's lead. Motivation's on your side. So this is a pivotal 3-minute ending to the game as Wolverines trying to keep the score where it's at. While Stoneham going to try and get the next one.
Well, for sure. That's why those saves by Jen were so important, because if they had gotten one there, just cut the lead in half, 2-1 with 4 minutes left, it's a much different game now. Face off down in their zone. You got to think they'll pull their goalie around 2 minutes, but their just offensive pressure has not really been there today. So adding another forward, I don't know if we'll do too much, but we'll see.
Yep. Well, at this point, you know, it's no longer power rankings that you're trying to acquire. You're trying to win a game. You're trying to tie a game first. So that goalie's got to come off at some point. The question is how soon. All right. Connolly on the draw. Westwood gets the win. Campbell. She's got Gannon just on the far side. Gannon right there jumping in. Shot. Oh, another deflection. Block. They have been outstanding on the deflections and blocks. And here comes Stoneham. Goalie is coming out. Goalie is going to the bench. Working it into the Westwood zone. Nice play there by Hughes. Player hits the ice as Westwood goes to battle. And it's 6-on-5. 6 blue jerseys to Westwood's 5. Shot blocked by Campbell. Second shot blocked again. And then sticked out by Hughes. Battling up top is Gannon. And then Hughes able to send that ahead.
Oh.
And then Westwood player offside. They're going to need Connolly to change up before they send it back in, and that's going to be offside.
That's fine. Take that whistle.
Yeah, take that whistle. You get the change. Brings out the ash line with 2 minutes, 9 seconds. Do they put the goalie back in? Yes, they're going to put the goalie back in with the face-off being right at that blue line.
She hasn't worked hard enough tonight.
Yeah, I know, right?
Make her skate back and forth.
She is made a name for herself.
The shot attempts, I know we said 50-something saves, but shot attempts, there must have been another 20 or so that have been blocked.
Yeah, we haven't talked about that. There's probably been 15 to add on top of the 52 saves she has. 15 shots that have been blocked. And then 2 of them went in the back of the net.
Nice play.
Yep, smart play by Chevry. That's going to take some time off the clock. A great job there. Carolyn keeps it in. Right back deep go the Wolverines. And this is part of their game.
Down here.
Nope, this is part of their game where they're just suffocating when they maintain that possession. Already just from that Chevry dump in, we've seen 30 seconds taken off that clock. Now a minute 28 seems pretty much impossible to try and score 2 goals. Still not in the Westwood zone. Goalie still in net. Now they get it in. Coming off the ice is Ioza, but she's got to go back towards the net as Westwood able to send that out. Nice play there. Ash keeps it, sends it down low with Presley to battle for it.
Nice
Presley
play.
to the front of the net to Connolly, and gloved by Ioza with 59.8.
Justine can take it, but she has taken a beating tonight. She's against the boards, taking some hacks, but these 2 lines, all 3 lines have played great tonight.
Got to give credit to the Stoneham Spartans. What an outstanding defensive team. This well-coached team too, very gritty, and have really given Westwood a good test here. One of the top scoring offenses in the state, keeping them at only 2 goals. Hicks hits the ice, and she's trying to battle and keep that puck down low. Nice play there by Connolly, and then great help by Gannon. Gannon right back down low to Hicks. Hicks, the first one there. Hicks centering pass goes through, and then on the stick of number 13, DiPlacido. Great back check as Wolverines get the possession as Stoneham was trying to cross that red and killing more clock. Under 30 seconds remaining.
Stoneham players. Stoneham's been rolling about 2 lines and their legs are just
tired.
gone.
Yeah, but still fighting.
Yep.
Connolly working it in. Hard shot. I think that hit the knob again. The official says no goal with the safe sign. A tip goes through the crease. 5 seconds remaining. Shot by Gannon, saved by Ioza, and that is going to do it here from the Ice House. The Wolverines win 2-0 over the Stoneham Spartans, and they get the big win in the round of 32. And you know what? Would you like that you saw out of the Wolverines tonight?
You know, I think it's not what people expected, I think, as far as the score, but that's a good thing.
Yeah.
I think, right? You play your first game against a team, what, they're 1-19.
Yeah.
Come in here expecting, not that they're expecting it, but I think everyone expected a bigger margin of deficit there, but I think that's going to help them in the long term. This was a hard game, hard-fought game, so take the win, no goals against.
Yeah, you got to give a lot of credit to the Stoneham Spartans. Well coached, well defended. Ioza, what a legendary night for her. You know, this is going to be talked about for many, many years.
What are we at?
Yeah, we were close to 60. But hey, Wolverines got the win they needed. They were off a week. This is essentially kind of one of their few practices. So they'll certainly have positives to take from it. They'll have some things that they certainly want to work on, sharpen up in the round of 16 game. But this is what you need. You need a win. Now you also have some time on your hands to be able to go back to battle and get ready for your next game.
Yeah, we talked about it at the beginning, but the depth showed, just rolled the lines. They got plenty of shots, plenty of opportunities, but also, saw some things that they could have done a little bit differently to put in some more pucks to the back of the net. But hey, you're going to take 60 shots anytime anyway, so you're not giving up too many. So a great game overall. On to the next.
On to the next. And that is going to do it here from the Ice House. Want to thank Michael Gay helping out, taking helping out on the camera, Ryan Marsh. On the microphone, I am Morgan Donahue, folks. Thank you for watching Westwood Media Center coverage of Westwood Girls Round of 32, the Wolverines 2-0 winners. We will see you all again very soon.